Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a well-known educator and a passionate teacher from the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions, a teacher who has grown to become the principal of this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vasuma Achar.
Dear viewers, heritage is legacy that transcends from one generation to another. It is not an easy endeavor to comprehend the enormous wisdom that exists manifold about a country. India Insight Quiz is one step towards bringing this wisdom to the students who are the beacons to a prosperous future. Srimati Prema Rajagopal, a great visionary and the backbone of our institution, gave great importance to values, culture, heritage, and ethics. Prema ma'am's qualities of leadership, integrity, and commitment towards education played a phenomenal role in not just imparting a means for living, but also a medium to foster critical thinking and instill values in generations to come. India Insight Quiz is a part of the dream envisaged by Prema ma'am to transform today's learners into architects of a promising future. Because the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of these dreams. Good luck to all the participants. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my privilege to introduce our host for the day. Rashmi is currently Asia's only professional lady quiz host. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal and IIM Calcutta, she has hosted close to 1,000 shows across India, Singapore, and several countries across the Middle East. She is the only woman to have been invited to host a quiz at Kuwait for the last 5 years. She was recognized by Business World as 40 under 40 as a personality from India to reckon with. She was the winner of the Quiz Host of the Year 2022 by SMX Leadership Summit. She's been part of this quiz for many years, as she has been part of several quizzes such as Tata Crucible, the Union Bank Quiz, the Rural IT Quiz, TCS Inquisitive, just to name a few. So ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get started. Time to welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second semi-final of the India Insight Quiz for the senior category. You have seen the first semi-final already, and you've also seen the journey of all of our finalists through the quarter-finals. If you haven't, you must go back and watch their journey. Believe me, you'll be surprised and shocked with the kind of answers they can give about India. India Insight, of course, is a platform created by the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. I think arguably one of the largest quizzes in our country on India. I'm not sure we have any other quiz which is larger than India Insight in our country. But let's see what happens in this particular semi-final. We have already identified the first finalist who has moved into that world final. Now it's time for us to identify the second finalist who will join them in that world finale. So let's see what happens. Let's quickly get to know our semi-finalists and then get started with the game. Our first semi-finalist of the day is Vaibhav Pandey, representing Dr. Virendra Swaroop Education Center, Kanpur. Representing Dr. Virendra Swaroop Education Center, Kanpur again is Ashwin. From Kanpur, we go all the way down south. From Coimbatore, representing the PSBB Millennium School is Abhishek. Representing South India again from Chennai, representing the PSBB Senior Secondary School is Ishwar. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, unlike the quarterfinals where the top 4 scorers moved into the semi-final, in a semi-final, only the winner will qualify into the world finale. So winning at this point in time is extremely important, else they do not progress into the world finale of this quiz. Rest of the rules are all the same. They are well aware. They have quizzed with us before. They're seasoned quizzers actually. The only thing they need to remember though is that the scoring pattern this time is plus 50 minus 50. The first round of this quiz of the semi-final here today, India at a glance. Here we go. You will have images coming up on your screen and along with those images corresponding questions from me. If you press the buzzer, you're indicating to me that you already know the answer, hence I stop reading the question. You know rest of the rules, so I will not get into it. The buzzers are open, they are very sensitive, please be careful with the buzzers. 5 questions in this round. The first question coming up on your screen now. Locally called Nongin in the local language, it literally means one who follows the track of rain. This is the state bird of which state from our country? Think northeast. Vaibhav is trying. Go ahead.
So I'm taking a chance. Is that Arunachal Pradesh?
All right. He's taking a chance with Arunachal Pradesh. Unfortunately, that's the wrong answer. Minus 50 on that. A good guess, but a wrong answer. The right one that I was looking for is Manipur. Manipur is what I was looking for. Let's move on to question number 2 coming up on your screen. How does India know this business leader? Basically, who is he? Ashwin, go ahead.
Ratan Tata.
Ratan Tata, the younger, Ratan Tata when he was younger, quite handsome there, getting a plus 50 is Ashwin on that answer. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 3 coming up on your screen now. This city was declared India's first World Heritage City by the World Heritage Committee of UNESCO, and this happened in 2017. Which city am I talking about? Quite well-known city. Vaibhav, go ahead.
Is that Hampi?
Oh, Hampi, giving him another minus 50. The architecture at Hampi would be quite different actually. They have more intricate carvings. What I was looking for as an answer is Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad is what I was looking for as an answer. All right, let's move on to question number 4 coming up on your screen now. Who is the author of these books? Children's books written by him, extremely illustrious Indian. You cannot not know this person. Oh, come on. This is quite easy. If you Ishwar, go ahead.
Say Sudhamurti.
Oh, getting a minus 50 on I said him. You did not hear me properly when I was explaining the question. I said him. Sudhamurti, giving him a minus 50. The right answer is Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore is what I was looking for. I wanted to tell you all that if you overthink it, you will not get it right. You have to not think so much for these books. Anyway, let's move forward. The last question of this round coming up on your screen now. This is the Monkey Point. It's a natural sculpture of rocks on the hill which looks like the three monkeys sitting beside each other. Go ahead, Ashwin.
I'm guessing if it's related to the Mahatma Gandhi's three monkeys.
You need to give me a better answer.
Like the three monkeys, they inspired the three monkeys. Don't see bad, don't listen bad, don't say bad.
Yeah, I told you three monkeys in my question. So that alone can't be the answer. I'm being fair to you because you're on the more or less on the right track, not exactly on the right track. I can't give you an answer. I can't give you a 50 on that answer.
If it is Mahatma Gandhi's three monkeys, so
minus 50 on that. The complete question, three monkeys sitting beside each other as if it's portraying the three monkeys of Mahatma Gandhi. Which hill station in Maharashtra can you find this? And Mahatma Gandhi's three monkeys are not based on this particular sculpture. And this is a natural sculpture actually. It's not something that is man-made. It's not based on this, but it looks like the three monkeys. That's about it. That's the reason I could not give you 50 points on that. The right answer is Mahabaleshwar. Mahabaleshwar is the right answer. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first round seems to be a slightly difficult one for our contestants here today. Let's take a quick look at the score before we move forward. All right, Vaibhav is playing the quiz as if being in a bit, in a good sportsmanship spirit, but he's taken 2 minus 50, so he's on minus 100. Ishwar on a minus 50 as well. Ashwin got one answer right, but he got another wrong, which is why he's back to nil. Let's move on to the next round. They can easily make it up, so I will not comment on the scores as of now. Moving on to the next round of our semi-final here today, Incredible India. Here we go. The format of the round is similar to what we saw in the first round. No changes in the rules as well. 5 questions in this round. The first one coming up on your screen. What first in the world is this? Ashwin, go ahead.
well, it is the floating post office in the Dal Lake, Srinagar.
Plus 50 to you. First floating post office that we see in our country, giving Ashwin his plus 50. Let's move on. Question number 2. Identify this incredible Indian. Ashwin again, go ahead.
Shakuntala Devi.
I think you saw expressions of our other finalists there. Not that they did not know the answer. Ashwin was faster on the buzzer. That's about it. Getting a plus 50 on that is Ashwin. Sometimes it's also about the speed at which you press that buzzer and give that answer. That also makes a huge difference at a quiz. It's not always about knowing the right answer. Let's move on to question number 3. Who is the author of these books? Vaibhav, go ahead.
Rashid Tharoor.
Perfect. Getting a plus 50 on that is Vaibhav, the great Indian novel and Inglorious Empire, both written by Dr. Shashi Tharoor, giving Vaibhav the plus 50. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4 from this round, coming up on your screen. Who is this Veena player? Ishwar, go ahead.
APJ Abdul Kalam.
Ishwar is very keen on negating that minus 50 that he has, and he does that. Plus 50 to you, absolutely right. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was an extremely good, he was a great Veena player. There are many pictures of him playing the Veena, and this is of course a statue based on one of those pictures. Getting a 50 on that is Ishwar. Let's move on. The final question of this round, which garden is this? Ashwin, go ahead.
Well, I'm guessing if it's the Mughal garden.
The clue in this picture is not the garden, but the building or the structure that you see in the far end, the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Hence, this is the Mughal gardens, giving Ashwin the plus 50. Very good answer by him. Well worked out actually. You need to see the clues in the picture as well, and you need to decipher those clues well. And I think he's done just that. Getting a plus 50 is Ashwin. Halfway through into this quiz, ladies and gentlemen. Time to take a quick look at the score. All right. The scores have changed a little bit here. Ashwin is now on 150 points. Vaibhav on minus 50. Abhishek and Ishwar on nil. Ishwar was on minus 50. He's worked that out. He's back on nil. And Vaibhav was on minus 100. And he's also slowly working his way back into the positives. So let's see what happens. Let's move into the next round of our quiz. India in a word. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the second semi-final of the India Inside Quiz for the senior category, a platform created by the founder principal of Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. This, of course, started as a quiz and has now progressed or evolved to being a platform with multiple contests for school children like drawing, debate, and a quiz. Everything, of course, based on India, because India Inside is created to ensure that the future of our country, our students, are more aware and proud of the heritage of our country. So I think it just does that. If nothing, our students learn a lot more about our country from our quizzes and these events. So let's get started with this round. Contestants, you have 5 questions in this round. You have images or questions coming up on your screen, and along with that, boxes or blocks that indicate the number of letters in the answer. Okay? I would urge you to take a look at the number of boxes that are on your screen and not get carried away by only looking at the image. I will, of course, have corresponding questions, but it's up to you on when you want to press that buzzer. Let's get started with the first question. Identify this person. A quick buzz there by Ishwar. Go ahead.
Lata Mangeshkar.
Oh, getting a minus 50 on that. I just warned you, I cautioned you, I told you not to miss the number of blocks given on screen. Mangeshkar does not fit in the second line of boxes there. This is none other than Asha Bhosle. Asha Bhosle is what I was looking for as an answer. All right, Ishwar getting a minus 50 on that. Let's move on to the next question coming up on your screen now. For what race is this Nehru Trophy given in Kerala? Go ahead, Ashwin.
Well, from Kerala, I'm guessing if it's the boat race.
The boat race, and if you can look very closely, the trophy is actually shaped in a boat. He's absolutely right. Getting that right with 50 points is with boat race is Ashwin. Let's move on. Question number 3 coming up on your screen now. Which Indian city gets its name from this? Abhishek, go ahead.
Thiruvananthapuram.
Thiruvananthapuram is absolutely right. I think the number of blocks alone was enough for him to understand that Thiruvananthapuram is the right answer. Sometimes you don't really have the time to count the number of boxes on your screen when it's such a lengthy answer. The 4th question of this round, ladies and gentlemen, coming up on your screen. Here we go. This is Mannat. Whose residence is it? Ashwin, go ahead.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan is absolutely right. Getting a plus 50 on that again is Ashwin. Again, not an unknown fact. I'm sure all of them knew it. Ashwin was just faster on the buzzer. The final question of this round coming up on your screen now. Who is this famous lady from Indian history? Ashwin, go ahead.
Razia Sultan.
Razia Sultan. All right, getting a minus 50 on that. Razia does not fit in, Ashwin. Minus 50 on that. The right answer that I was looking for is Mumtaz Mahal. As simple as Mumtaz Mahal. Alright, let's take a quick look at the score. Alright, despite the minus 50, Ashwin is still leading this quiz with 200 points, Abhishek on 50 points, Ishwar and Vaibhav on minus 50 each. All of them are good quizzers, ladies and gentlemen. I have quizzed with them several times before this, but sometimes it's just not your day and it does not work in your favor. And like I said, you know the answers, but sometimes at that very moment, the answer does not come to you. That happens a lot to our quizzers. But let's move on. We still have to identify the winner who will move into the world finale of our quiz. The final round of the semi-final coming up on your screen is India Inspired. Here we go. Despite Ashwin being on 200, he's still not out of the woods because I have 5 more questions remaining and 250 points to gain in those 5 questions, which means all of them still have an equal chance to win this quiz or at least challenge Ashwin to, towards that winning position of the semi-final. 5 questions, nothing will appear on your screen. You have to listen to what I have to say. Good luck to all of you. The final round, the final 5 questions. The first one, here we go. Which of the following forts in Rajasthan is also known as Sonar Killa or the Golden Fort? Vaibhav, go ahead. He does not need options.
Jaisalmer Fort.
Jaisalmer Fort is absolutely right. Plus 50 to Vaibhav on that one. Let's move on. In fact, it's known for the color, the forts and many structures in Jaisalmer are known for that particular color that I said, like the golden color. Let's move on. Question number 2. Here we go. Which gateway to Lahore and Spiti Valley in Himachal Pradesh means ground of corpses or pile of dead bodies due to... Go ahead, Ishwar.
Mohenjo-daro.
Mohenjo-daro, giving him minus 50, completing the question, pile of dead bodies due to the number of people who lost their lives trying to cross it. The right answer is Rohtang Pass. Rohtang Pass is all I was looking for. Look at the reaction there from Ishwar. It's not an answer he did not know. Like I said, sometimes it just does not come to you. Let's move on. Question number 3. Here we go. The Warangal Gate appears on the emblem of which state? Abhishek, go ahead.
Telangana.
Telangana is absolutely right, getting a plus 50 on that. It usually appears in a green outline of a caricature of this particular Warangal Gate that you would see. That's the emblem of Telangana. Getting a plus 50 on that is Abhishek. The last 2 questions of the semi-final, ladies and gentlemen, after which we will know the winner of the semi-final who will make it into that world finale of the India Inside quiz in the senior category. The penultimate question, here we go. Mahua Danar Wolf Sanctuary, part of Betla National Park, was declared to be a wildlife sanctuary in 1976 for the protection of the Indian wolf. Vaibhav, go ahead.
I'm guessing, is it the Jharkhand state?
Jharkhand state is the answer that you're giving me. All right, let me complete the question. In 1976, for the protection of the Indian wolf, and is the only wolf sanctuary in India. In which state is it located? Vaibhav seems to be very good at predictions. Plus 50 on that. Jharkhand is all I was looking for as an answer. The final question of the semi-final, here we go. Which river originates in Mahabaleshwar, a hill station in Satara district? Go ahead, Abhishek.
River Krishna.
River Krishna. In a hill station which is Mahabaleshwar in Satara district, thus making it a place of pilgrimage for Hindus. Krishna is absolutely right. Abhishek getting a plus 50 on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the semi-final of the India Inside quiz. The final tally on your screen. All right. Ashwin did not score anything in this round. I think he just wanted to sit back and see how the last round unfolds and then take a call if he actually needs to take or answer a question or not. It's a common strategy that most quizzers play, but that strategy paid off for him today. So Ashwin from Dr. Virendra Swarup Education Center, Kanpur, winning this semi-final with 200 points. And he will now qualify into the world finale of the India Inside Quiz for the senior category. We, of course, have Abhishek from the PSBB Millennium School, Coimbatore. He came very close. One more answer and he would have challenged Ashwin for a tiebreaker. Abhishek is on 150 points. Vaibhav on 50 points and Ishwar on minus 100. Vaibhav and Ishwar, good quizzers, but they could not recover from the negatives today. That is why their scores are not as good as what you may have seen in the past in the other quizzes that they have played. But ladies and gentlemen, we should put our hands together for the winner of this semi-final, that's Ashwin. And I must tell all of you, you have only watched the first two semi-finals. We have two more semi-finals to go. Two more finalists for the world finale to be identified. Please join me in the next semi-final. The semi-finals are only going to get more and more interesting as we go closer into that world finale. So I really hope to see you in the third semi-final. Please take care.